This is the Uthfy 41-inch swamp cooler, also known as the 4800 CFM Evaporative air cooler. Right off the bat, you'll notice its sturdy, upright build, standing at about chest height for most people, with a deep blue metal body and some pretty solid construction. The main thing that caught my eye when I first unboxed it was the sheer size of the water tank. At 10.6 gallons, it just looks like it's meant for some serious cooling. You get caster wheels on the bottom too, so I can easily roll it anywhere around the garage, backyard, or even inside when I need to. In my experience with air conditioning, there's always the downside of high energy bills, and, honestly, it gets pretty dry indoors. The swamp cooler, sometimes called an evaporative cooler, works differently from your standard AC. Instead of refrigerants and compressors, it draws hot air through wet cooling pads. Basically, big sponges soaked in water, like a humidifier, but much more powerful. The fan then blows the cooled air out into your space. That's what the 4800 CFM means. Cubic feet per minute. It's a measure of how much air this thing pushes out per minute. And yeah, 4800 is quite a lot. According to the specs, it covers up to 1,200 square feet, which is about a 2-car garage or a small living room and kitchen together, easily. Let me talk about setup, because I know that can be overwhelming if you've never used an evaporative cooler before. I remember my first hesitation. Will I have to connect a bunch of hoses, put stuff together, figure out complicated remotes? Actually, this was super simple. The Uthfy cooler comes fully assembled except for the wheels. The caster wheels snap on in a minute, and there's an adapter included if I want to hook up a garden hose for autofill. That's the first key feature. I can either fill the big water tank from the top, which is like pouring into a regular cooler, or just connect a hose for uninterrupted operation. That's great, because in the summer heat, I don't want to keep checking and refilling the water tank all day. Another thing to mention, Uthfy includes 3 reusable ice packs. You stick them into the freezer, and when it gets way too toasty outside, pop them into the water tank. In my opinion, it does help cool things down even faster, especially when the weather is blazing hot and dry. What's really nice is how the cooler distributes the air. It's got a 110-degree oscillation feature, which means the vents sweep smoothly from side to side, and I can manually point them up or down. So, wherever I'm working or relaxing, the cool breeze hits exactly where I need it. From my experience, the mechanical controls make things much easier for people who don't want to fuss with digital panels. Speed settings are right there, low, medium, and high. There's a power button, a swing button for oscillation, and a cooling mode to make full use of the water and ice inside. It's as easy as turning a dial or pressing a button, and you're good to go. I was pleasantly surprised that it's also pretty quiet, clocking in around 45 dB, which is not much louder than a box fan. Since evaporative coolers add moisture to the air, you'll notice a definite difference in how the air feels. It's not just cooler, but also a bit more humid, which makes it feel less dry on your skin and helps when you're outside for hours. This is why I think it's perfect for dry climates. I use it mostly in my garage and out on my covered patio during barbecues. The added humidity actually makes it comfortable to hang out longer. If you live somewhere with already high humidity, like right on the coast or in the south, I'll be honest, you might not get the same cooling effect, and the air might feel a little heavy or sticky. For hot and dry summers like the ones we get though, this is a fantastic alternative to running a window AC all day. The cooler is not just for outdoor spaces. I've wheeled it into my garage on a hot afternoon, and it made a huge difference, letting me work on projects or just relax without sweating buckets. One weekend, I even rolled it to the back porch for a backyard get-together, and it kept everyone comfortable. The casters, which have locks, are strong and easy to maneuver, even on gravel and over door thresholds. When it comes to maintenance, I was a bit concerned. Some swamp coolers require a lot of work, like frequent pad changes or draining nasty water at the end of every use. The Uthfy does require some care, but honestly, it's nothing complicated. After a few uses, I just rinse the pads and empty out the tank, especially if I'm not going to use it for a week or two. Most parts are easy to reach, and this thing is built with durable finishes that seem like they'll hold up to weather and bumps. The powder-coated body resists scratches and rust. Here's something important for new users. Evaporative cooling is most effective when you have some airflow in the room. This isn't a sealed egg. To get the best results, I always crack open a window or leave a door slightly ajar so there's a constant supply of fresh air. Otherwise, the humidity can build up and it won't feel as refreshing. That's just a tip I've picked up after using it a few weeks. The water reservoir is a highlight too. I've run the cooler on high all day during a heat wave, and the tank lasts through the day, especially when you use the hose for autofill. Overall, I'd recommend this for anyone who wants portable, energy-efficient cooling, especially for workshops, garages, patios, or large rooms where traditional air conditioners just don't make sense or cost too much to run. In places with dry summer heat, it really shines. If you're looking for a simple setup, easy operation, and low energy bills, this is one of the best options out there at this price point. And personally, I enjoy not having to mess with window units or big installations. I just roll it out, plug it in, fill the tank, and let it work. In conclusion, the Uthfy 4800 CFM Evaporative Air Cooler surprised me with how powerful and easy it is to use. Its big tank, tough build, and simple controls take a lot of the hassle out of staying cool in the summer. One thing to always remember, it's absolutely the most useful in hot, dry air, so keep that in mind before buying. For me, it's become a must-have every summer for keeping cool in the garage and backyard. If you found this quick review helpful, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment with your thoughts or questions below. Thank you for watching.